Significance for graffiti to me is that it's an art form where people don't pay you to do it, right? For example, well, at least that's how it started. For like when people had their work paid, it's not their work anymore. They are doing it for money, so they're gonna change their materials. They're gonna change their the whole concept of their work to suit the buyers or whoever would appreciate their work because they're gonna pay for it. And graffiti, people just write it on the streets, people just paint on the walls, right? So I feel that graffiti is just a really true art form itself because it's from the streets and no one's buying, no one's paying for you, no one's paying for you to do this, to do that. What made me into an artist. There's actually a story behind this, which one that I used to do graffiti at school and stuff, as I mentioned before. I would paint on, one time I was writing on the desk, and my art teacher in my old school, he caught me. Now he was a graffiti, he loved graffiti and stuff, so he caught me and told me, he said, "You're going into detention." And so I went in for detention that day, and instead of the usual detention just sitting there for 15-30 minutes, he told me how to write better. He told me how I could improve my name and stuff, and I was like, wow, like, it was just really, how to explain this, really it was just what made me into loving art, like fine arts, painting on canvases. Those were just all byproducts of trying to be better at art, but my main focus always on my own personal time was always going back into graffiti and trying to perfect my work on the streets. I wrote art on the wall because art is an expression of one's creativity and imagination. My work began on the streets, so I feel that by writing art on the wall just really summoned things up as who I am as an artist. As many think graffiti is an art of vandalism, to me, graffiti was where I began. And through graffiti I learned discipline, I learned color theory, I learned letter structure, which many of these things not only helped me develop as an artist, but also helped me develop and mature as a person. So near my graduation as an art major, I feel that in the end, by writing art on a wall just really summoned things up in a conceptual way. Graffiti began for me just as 12 ounces of paint to escape through. Now is really, I'm doing live paintings, my work are in galleries, and I'm doing openings. It just really, at the end, to write art really on a wall really shows how far graffiti has brought me and on my journey. By writing art on the wall, it allowed me to reminisce about my journey as how I began as a graffiti artist and leading my way into fine arts and